family stuff.
With Resident Evil 7 approaching and no supervillain aside from a small Louisiana swamp family, many people are thinking there has to be more than meets the eye. Transformers! And one of the more common theories, because this is after all Resident Evil, is that the Umbrella Corporation is behind the entire madness of the game. A photograph in the demo hints at their involvement, but could Umbrella really be making a comeback and be part of the events surrounding Mia, Ethan, and the Baker family in
Resident Evil 7?
To start, there's a slight problem with this theory. Umbrella no longer exists. But this company was so big and so crucial that it doesn't have to exist anymore to be part of the plot.
It didn't take long after the fall of the Umbrella Corporation for their bioweapons to end up in the hands of terrorists.
The research they did in the past, their former employees, or samples they had cultivated have appeared elsewhere, including on the black market, and there are a million ways it could have ended up in Dolve. Neo-Umbrella, anyone? One obvious connection has to do with the virus or fungus or bacteria that we assume is plaguing the Baker family. Whenever we think of virus, we think of Umbrella. From Jack's super strength, to Marguerite's bugs, to Lucas's regeneration, to Mia's possible transformation, surely some concoction is involved.
Don't call me Shirley.
Even the main character, Ethan, seems to be infected with something. I really don't think the Bakers created these molded characters on their own. Maybe they found some Umbrella documents. And this looks very Umbrella-y. Perhaps Umbrella's legacy was kept alive by former employees, and we have a whole list of suspects. It could have been one of the Bakers. I can imagine Jack the janitor being bitter at work and taking home something progenitory for his troubles. The main character, Ethan, seems to be good with chemicals and creating drugs, and that Mia sure is sneaky and suspicious.
I did lie to you. I shouldn't have.
Then there's the old lady. Could she have a connection to Oswald Spencer or George Trevor? The secret doors and passageways of the mansion sure look Resident Evil-y. And what about this guy? Nah. You also have to consider the Resident Evil special, that a secret underground Umbrella laboratory is located at or around the plantation. We do know there will be some lab-looking building in the game, but would the creators be that obvious? A nearby lab could have been wiped out by a Louisiana hurricane, and some of the samples could have floated down to the Baker family. Or these hillbillies could have squatted in the wrong house, not knowing what was in store. And what if Umbrella does exist?
They do exist.
Or a sect like Neo-Umbrella. Sure, the public doesn't believe it does, but this was a big evil company. Perhaps a revived Umbrella are running the whole show, with the Bakers as their test subjects and Mia and Ethan as their lab rats in an effort to become powerful once again. Maybe led by this man. Nah. Right now, there are so many different options for evil corporations in the game, and as usual, Umbrella is at the top of everyone's minds. So keep your eyes peeled and look up to the sky. You just might see that classic red and white logo on the side of a chopper watching you from above in
Resident Evil 7.
Crimson Army, do you think Umbrella is involved? Perhaps another big corporation or none at all? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe.